And welcome one and all to FSBRacing.com Pro Cup Series Wednesday nights here at FSBRacing.com. That's what we do on Wednesday nights. We have Pro Cup Racing. I'm hearing some music here. Why are we hearing music? Why are we hearing music? And I think that's possibly hearing music. And I think that's possibly okay. Well, Milty, were you playing music? Messing with me?
Negative.
Wow, so, welcome. We're on live on the air. I'm
a little
jacked up, and FSB Racing, Dover, the Monster Mile, Milty. Give us a preview, Monster Mile.
Well, proud to be your Budweiser Extends in-car reporter tonight. As we exit pit road here, this is Bend Dover, and this is the Pro Cup, folks, and these guys are good, and ran the Sportsman Cup race, and had a nice battle with several drivers there, especially Ken Ron at the end. Couldn't quite catch him for 6th, but it was a solid 7th place. Just really hard to match the pace of some of these real studs, but we're going to try again here, and if we get a mistake-free race, our goal is the top 5. So
yeah, Milty. So we're riding with you right now in car. Coming, looks like you're coming across the start-finish line here. So take us.
Okay. Well, you lift right at the hump right there. You let the car roll, and you pick up the throttle, and you want to point out and back out towards the wall. No brakes here. You lift, let the car roll in and settle. That's a little wide right there for 3 and 4. You see kind of Rick Johnson in front of me. He's doing a little better. He finished 2nd Monday to Matt. With the draft and with the 160 laps, good chance for green flag racing. So you got to make 40 laps, which means tire management. Right now, even the pace I'm running right now, which is really where you want to be, is down low on the bottom like I was there. Really helps to save the tires, and you just got to back the car up a little bit.
You can see growing in your mirror there, the 6 of Mark DeCenzo, who's a threat at every track he shows up at, and you can see he's pressing you a little there.
Yeah, and it was really no contest Monday when it came to him. Late pit strategy killed him. He was disgusted and exited out. He was going to run out of fuel, and I'm sure he was kicking himself in the ass for that. He's going to want to, make amends tonight. Oh, when he gets in there, a couple cars pitting there. You're so focused on the track here. Good thing about in the race, at least you know about when people are going to pit, and you really got to, because man, they got to slow down at 35. Let's take a pit stop right here. We signal on the back straight, and we get hit in the rear. But
right all over in there.
Right at the 2nd Dover sign is our mark down to 35 right there. Boy, it's just crawling.
Yeah, it feels like you feel like you're just losing so much time and ground as you just roll down at 35 miles an hour, Milty.
And then these pit stalls, look how tight they are. You got to really weave in. And I was just, as you can see, that's just slower than a 10-day itch, and that was pretty much another Achilles heel for the other night. But I did qualify 2nd in that race, so I had a good stall. Back here about 7th is, and we just got killed. And that's, of course, that's everybody's farting around. And now we get down to business.
A little tension relief right before the race here, and we see the cars gridding up on pit lane, Milty. As you said, 160 grueling laps here, and they call it the Monster Mile for a reason, Milty. And I've been to the Monster Mile. In fact, I've turned laps on the Monster Mile with Kyle Petty at the wheel. So I'm very familiar with this track, and it's extremely fast. The G-force here, which the drivers, of course, can't really appreciate, is tremendous. And like you said, there's no brake used. You're lifting a little, you're setting the car, and then you're gassing it hard off the turn and right up against the wall. And it's a thrill ride, to say the least.
Well, I'd like to throw a shout out here at the beginning to Guy Pitra's neighbor, Nick Donis. He's going to be watching the broadcast tonight. He hangs out with Guy working on cars during the day, and so he wanted to throw a shout out to Nick there. And Guy's right in front of me here, so we'll try not to wreck that Cobra Ford there.
Yeah, we'll try to keep him in the broadcast as he rolls off right in front of you there, Milty. So what are we expecting here, Milty, as far as these pros? You know, all of them are probably better than anyone else in the entire field. Do you expect a little give and take, line up, and run some laps, or you think we'll see some
absolutely
early racing?
I think it would be unwise to do that. Right now, you just got to settle in, and these cars are extremely dangerous at cold tires and on worn tires, and pretty much everywhere in between. So you want to keep good spacing, and you want to survive and stay on the lead lap and in the pit sequence.
Ooh, let me get that racing line off of there for the fans.
You can't spin the tires in second gear here with this banking on the straightaway.
And we're green flag racing, and a little squirrely on the start for Mark DeCenzo, our pole sitter. Yeah, Mark DeCenzo, yet another pole. Robert Bokum going high there, giving a lot of ground here, a lot of room. Pop's a little out of shape, getting down the backstretch. And everyone just trying to settle in here. The high line is not friendly here at Dover. On cold tires, it can be a real handful on the wheel. So everyone needs to kind of find that groove, which you can clearly see here. The dark part of the concrete is where you want to be. The light part, no bueno.
God, look
as
at Matt
Milty
there.
says, and Matty Watkins hard on the apron.
He does that stuff all the time in these races, and has some amazing saves.
And we see Pops getting up a little out of the mark, and a little kiss of the wall too. Not a big one, nothing to affect the car, but a little bump slowed him down. Nicole took advantage, got underneath him, and now setting sail on the 18 car. Mark DeCenzo checking out on the field early on here. Matt Watkins, though, charging through the field as well. Now he's right on the back bumper of Pops, and he'll take that position as they get into the turn. Guy Petra following him, and there's Milty. He likes to follow the leader, and he's following the right people. Bill Yarbrough there says, Milty, I'm going to take that position, though. And Bill Yarbrough takes that inside line. As Pop's struggling now with that outside run. He's losing a lot of ground and falling back into your clutches.
Once you get forced out there, it's tough.
As we check
pretty much got to give it up.
Yeah, as we check on our leader, Mark DeCenzo with a nice advantage early on. Then Nicole and Matt Watkins, second and third. And Guy Petra, fourth. And then Bill Yarbrough now making a move on the 18. And Robert Bokum gives up that position to Bill Yarbrough. So Robert Bokum, of course, the master of tire management. And
Pop's real high there.
Yeah, and Pop's very high yet again. And that's not the first time in the 52 car. Looks like having some problems with a blink.
Warping, yeah. See him in my mirror wobbling.
Yeah, a little wobbly. It looks like it's settling in. I see the 98 giving a little room here. Now this is part of our, we've talked about it before, Milty, sim racing. This is some of the nuances of sim racing. Sometimes a guy will, what you said, warp or blink. Guys behind him need to know what that is and how to deal with it. A little ground given, which is the right thing to do. if it continues, the competitor will drop to the back and see if it will settle in and not really affect the race for anyone else. But Pops onto the apron there, and he's stacking up the field now. And Rick's problem seems to have settled down. Don't see any further.
He's going to bide his time like the 18 is in front of me here, and I'm watching that. I watched that Monday night, and they came on later in the run and had way better tires.
Yeah, we see the Zero car there following the master, Robert Bokum. Great person to keep in your tire tracks, Milty, and just follow and do what he does, and you'll be right there at the end like he seems to always be. So good strategy. Pop's still struggling here, and now Rick is underneath him. Sam looking underneath as well. Pop's really struggling here. Tires just not working for him. It looks like he's up high again, and now Sam gets underneath, and then T-Roy, your buddy T-Roy now looking underneath.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't keep one eye on the Giants and Pirates.
Yeah, of course, T-Roy, a San Francisco Giant fan, San Francisco baseball Giants. Yeah, Boo, being, of course, an LA boy myself, Dodgers taking on the Cardinals on Friday. Of course, I'll be glued to that game.
Yeah,
so,
buddy.
I'll give T-Roy his props, only if they win.
Rick Johnson took a serious look there. It's just about to give it to him, my teammate, and
yeah, he's still a little
he's
twitchy
a
here and
hometown
there.
boy from right across the river from this track.
Yeah, so Rick intimately familiar with the Monster Mile here at Dover, Delaware. Casino, Milty, right on the track there. You can gamble and watch the race, as I have done. And pretty fun, actually, sitting there, sipping a cocktail, and then seeing Jeff Gordon get spun in turn 3, and the crowd just totally reacting and jeering Jeff as I think he got spun actually by Tony that day, and there was a lot of controversy in that race, and I enjoyed it.
I'm going to let these guys by here.
And green flag since the beginning. Rick getting underneath, Sam getting underneath, and just trying to find that spot, that sweet spot, Milty, where you can drive the way you want to.
Got to race the track here, and
we see Mark DeSenza continues to be our leader, and boy, I mean, Mark's out like a greyhound here. And what we know about greyhounds is they tire out quickly, but Mark DeSenza with over a 3-second lead over Matt Watkins right now. Nicole Johnson in 3rd, and Bill Yarbrough 4th, Guy Petra 5th, Robert Bokum 6th, Rick Johnson 7th, Sam Young in 8th, in-car reporter Milt Mintner Jr. in 9th, and
Steve Weber has got
T-Roy.
Internet problems.
Yeah, and Webb's been struggling tonight for some unknown reason. It's kind of bit a few different guys various times, and fortunately for Webb, he's been struggling all practice as well. We got a battle here as Nicole has gotten around Matt Watkins for 2nd, and Nicole, very impressive there. Matt Watkins got around her for 2nd, and then she not content to drive in 3rd here, and they swap positions. Bill Yarbrough, a very interested spectator there right behind him, and Bill has that one mode, and that's going to the front.
Against the wall.
Yeah, and we'll go a little further back, and that's T-Roy. T-Roy into the wall there.
Car's starting to get loose in.
And
looking tires for a little angry.
Yeah, looking for lights, Milty, still green. T-Roy got a little too fast into the corner, and the car just pushed up, Milty. A little too hot going in, and the car pushed up into the wall. Everyone else avoided it, including Pops, who had a little wild ride there, but he kept on going. Bossman Jim Ray, Ken Ron there battling. And looks like you and the Bossman, Team FSB, maybe working some strategy here along with Sam. You got 3 Team FSBers in a row here.
And Rick Johnson, too.
And Rick Johnson. So for a Team FS, this is something we don't usually see in Pro Cup. All 4 of the brain trust of Team FSB on the track at the same time. Very honored, actually, to be broadcasting this race now that I think about it. Rick Johnson there, and then Sam, and then Milty, and then the Bossman, all running together here for maybe the first time in a long time, Milty.
Yeah, working, and tough. Car's really getting goofy coming out of the corner. It saw Sammy hit the wall, scrape the wall a little bit there.
Yeah,
it's really starting to got to pedal it coming out of the corner. Looks like we're starting to make some hay on the leaders there. And
we know Sammy's preference is outside line.
Oh,
and he got a little loose there. Yeah, he gathers it back in here, and of course teammates there, Milty and Jim, of course saw that and give him plenty of time to gather it back in. And yeah, and Sammy getting loose again.
Oh, he spun the tires again.
So Sammy,
he made those rear tires angry, man. And
yeah, you might need to hit those pits now for some freshies. Even if it's a little early, it's okay because the cycle will come around.
Well, it's only lap 24.
Yeah, it's much too early than you'd like to do, but you got to do what you got to do.
True.
And he's in. I think he's okay as far as speed. He did come in a little hot, but I think he's okay. He did get in clean, and he'll get 4 fresh ones. And let's see if he can get out and only lose 1 lap here is now the next challenge for him, as we're watching our leader, Mark DeSenza, who's just driving a tremendous race so far. He got out fast, and he's just putting the pedal down.
It's gone. Damn, has retired.
So maybe a black flag then, possibly, and he just said, I'm done with the black flag. I don't know. Speculation, but lap 27 of 160, all green so far. Thought maybe we might see a little bump in action to get started, but everyone got out clean. Nicole in second. Matt Watkins is now settled into third. So Nicole got passed up by Matt Watkins and then repassed him, and now has pulled away from him. So Nicole maybe saving a little tire and now letting it loose, and joining her teammate there at the front. Matt Watkins there, and Bill Yarbrough right behind him. And a little gap there, and then we get the 18 and the 52 of Rick Johnson nose to tail.
At this stage now, you just can't give it full throttle until you're pointed straight. I mean, you're just ease, and it's still wanting to spin the tires.
Yeah, a lot of power in these Pro Cup cars, Milty. And we see that the 96 there's slowly closing in on you. Of course, as we know, Jim not really able to put in a lot of practice time, and as you said, just doing it basically on his raw talent alone, and that's taken him pretty far this season. So
boy, Guy Pitcher got loose in front of me there.
Yeah, we're looking at Guy now, and the rear tires are starting to show some wear on several drivers. Rick Johnson had a good look on the inside of Robert Bochum, but just couldn't keep the car settled on the inside, and had to give it back up to him. So several drivers experiencing the grip of the tires going away here, and Bill Yarbrough seems to be falling back just a bit now from Matt Watkins. But who it's not affecting is the 6 car of Mark DeSenza, who is running a torrid pace here.
He's a wheel man.
Already
and he's got the disappointment of throwing away Monday night possibly in his mind.
Yeah, and well, he's driving like a man possessed right now, and he's got almost a 4-second lead over the teammate
Guy
Nicole
Pitra is
Johnson.
pinning in front of me.
And we are on lap now 34. All green so far, and we see Rick Johnson getting a little loose coming off the corner now. Spun the tires just like we saw Sam do, and just like we saw Guy Pitra do. So that is starting to become a common theme now as the wear continues on these tires.
Yeah, it's real bad right now. You got to really back up the car way earlier than at the beginning, letting off the gas. We're going to try to make it to 40 here and put ourselves in the window. You can go farther fuel-wise, but you can see these things starting to go off.
Well, this could also be a time where watching the leader here, as we ride with Mark DeSenza here, we see his last lap time was a 24:55, fast lap of almost in the 22-second range. So you can see he's running about a 1.5 seconds off his best times right now. So if you were to come in, you could be gaining a 1.5 seconds per lap as you come back out on fresh tires. So this is the trade-off of early pitting versus staying with the leader.
Not to mention, if the caution comes out, Matt Watkins is pitting.
Yeah, so
the caution comes out and you're down pit road or have already pitted, you go a lap down at least.
We see we're following Matt Watkins here as he comes down pit lane, locks it up as he crosses the line. Matt, of course, one of the best pit stop artists in the business, really knows how to squeeze every single mile per hour you can out of a pit stop, and that's why he wins. I mean, that's one of the contributing factors to a lot of his success. He gets in, he gets out faster than anyone else, and that means time gain. And right now he's already changed two. He's changing left sides, and he'll be out in the way very shortly here. And there he goes.
Okay, this is lap 39 now, so
yep,
I think we're going to pit next lap.
Yeah, leader just crosses the line to begin lap 40. So we may start seeing some pit stops in earnest now. We're following just ahead of you there, Milty, is the 54 car Bill Yarborough.
Rick Johnson pitting.
Yes, and the 52 of Rick Johnson. So first teammate in the pits here. Will you follow him in? Bill Yarborough in, Robert Bokum in. And there's the 0 and the 96. So lap 40 is the magic number as we see Pops continuing on there. And we saw Matt Watkins also now joining.
Yellow flags out.
And it looks like
Jim drove through. That might have been a good move. We're going to try to get out before the pace car comes around. Come on, come on, come on. I think we're going to be okay. Once the other cars have to pit, we should be back in line again.
And we are looking, it looks like
Mark DeSenza didn't pit, but he's going to have to pit this time. Looks like something happened there.
Yeah, it looked like the 99 had some problems. But we're going to follow this scoring here, because anytime cars are in the pits and crossing start finish line on pit road at the same time of caution, things can get scrambled up here. And as we're looking here, we see only 5 cars now showing on the lead lap. The 5 of Nicole Johnson, the 6 of Mark DeSenza, 303 of Ken Ron, the 18 of Robert Bokum, and the 99 are only cars showing on a lead lap right now. Let's see once they come back around if that resets. So weird stuff can happen here. And you can see everyone very slow and maybe some confusion here with spotters.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that the spotter told me not to pass the... should be good here because these guys got to stop now. So they're going to come back out behind us. I don't know.
The 96 is showing 1 lap down in 7th right now. So, man, it's confusion here on lap 43. As now cars are now few more. Now you're showing Milty as the 0 car now is showing
7th.
Tail end of the lead lap in 7th.
Oh.
A bunch of cars still pitting. Pops limps into the pits. Man, Pops having a tough race.
Should have done like Jim there. I remember last time that happened to me, I drove through and went to the back. This time I figured I was already in pit road. I thought we could beat the pace car out, but apparently we did not.
Well, you're showing. Well, we'll see, Milty. Let's let this all cycle through. Once all the pit stops are done, then we'll reset this running order here.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the pace to stay in front of these cars.
There was contact between Matt Watkins and the 99 Pops Margison. Matt went down low, and Pops was much slower. Of course, Matt with fresh tires. And a little contact, and Pops went spinning and hard into the wall. So that's what brought out our caution.
Yeah, shit, we're tail end.
Yeah, and as we rejoin the live feed here, we see just 6 cars showing on the lead lap. Rick Johnson and the 0, Milt Mintner, showing 5th and 6th, tail end of the lead lap. 1 through 4, which would be Nicole Johnson, Ken Ron, the 18 of Robert Bokum, and the 6 of Mark DeSenza are showing on the only cars on the lead lap. Jim Ray, who drove through, is showing 1 lap down.
Wow, that's
as well.
Weird. So I guess I didn't do. Guess
you did the right
thing. That's really strange.
Yeah, it looks like somehow Milty, you benefited a little from that. So from 7th on back, 1 lap down, which would be some great cars, including the 54 of Bill Yarbrough, the 15 of Matt Watkins, and 96 of the Boss Man, Guy Petra.
This is going to be interesting.
So this is almost like a real restart here, Milty. And away we go. Green, Rick Johnson leading it down. Rick and Milty on the tail end.
What is Matt doing there?
Matt Watkins was a lap down, and he took that inside line and made a move.
There's no passing to the bat straight. I don't know.
Well, he was on the inside line, so.
That's right. Okay.
You were a lead lap car on the outside line. So the leader is the 5 car there, battling the 0.
Yeah, there's no way I can keep them off.
Jim Ray showing now the first car a lap down, along with now the 0 car. Rick Johnson still out ahead of the leaders, and Matt Watkins still out ahead. So 2 cars still showing on the tail end, Matt Watkins and Rick Johnson. Nicole's our leader, Mark DeSenza second.
Once you get on the outside like that, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, the outside line, especially with cold tires, can be treacherous in pro setup here. So we got some quality cars a lap down and mixed in with the few lead lap cars, and Mark DeSenza is our 2nd place runner, but he's 5th in the running order with some fast cars in between him and the leader. Jim Ray, Guy Petra, Bill Yarbrough all showing 1 lap down. Milty has found a spot to tuck in here. He's also 1 lap down, as is the 303 of Ken Ron is actually showing in 3rd.
The car is really tight in the center.
Well, let's see if these tires will settle in for you, Milty.
Yeah, I don't want to use them up too much and get excited.
You see some serious driving in front of you here. The 96, 54, 6, 151 all piled together here. And the 5 of Nicole Johnson is our leader, right ahead of him. So some good racing going on right in front of you, Milty. Good view there.
Well, Jim got loose.
Bill Yarbrough looked almost to take it 3 wide there for a second. But Jim going up high, Milty up high, Bill Yarbrough down low.
Yeah, I had to give Bill some room there.
And there's some hard racing going on here.
The tires again.
And maybe Jim trying to keep pace here, being a lap down and using some equipment up here. Ken Ron is a lead lap car, along with Robert Bokum right behind you there, Milty.
Yeah, I got to try to go. Easier said than done.
Definitely. Right now, Matt Watkins and Rick Johnson have managed to stay ahead of Nicole. So they are still on the lead lap on the tail end. Nicole's our leader. 151 of Guy Petra is our first car a lap down, battling Nicole for that position. And interesting set of circumstances is Guy has every right to, if he's faster than the leader, to pass the leader for that position and get back on the lead lap. And the Guy right now very fast, right on the back bumper of her. But then Mark DeCenza right on the back bumper of Guy Petra is actually the 2nd place runner. So you have a couple of different agendas right there clashing, and hopefully both of them recognize that and won't do anything to press the issue. But good battling going on here. Rick and Matt trying desperately to stay out ahead of Nicole, hoping for a caution here, and that they're not it, of course. And of course they would then regain that lap. Guy Petra, of course, in contact with the leaders. He's hoping that if there is a caution, Nicole would slow down just a bit and let him get his lap. That may or may not happen. That's the leader's discretion. And there's battles going on with the leader. Sometimes leader can't do that. So
yeah, Jim Ray gave me the spot there. That car's going away on him. He was really pushing hard, spinning the tires early.
Yeah, and
he'll try to settle back in, you know.
Yeah, you really need to settle back in here at Dover, and the tires will come around back to you. I experienced that same kind of sensation where early on I was a little hard, and I felt that car go away, and I lost a few positions. Then I kind of settled in, and as you were saying, Milty, I backed up the corner just a little bit and started running a little better lap times and more consistent. And before then, I basically gained all the spots I lost back early on in that run. Of course, that was rookies, or FSB's division, as we call it now, not pros. So good luck there trying to haul down Guy Petra, who's actually a race for position for you, Milty. As
he's got his buddy Nick watching, so he's going to try to put on a show.
As is the 54 of Bill Yarbrough, also a battle for the 1 lap down cars position. So still stuff to race for here. Still a lot of laps to go. We're only on lap 60 of 160. So
no lucky dogs here, so you got to earn your way back.
Yeah,
there's always a possibility of a caution and then getting your lap back like Matt did there. Because Rick Johnson obviously didn't get going there, was probably going to give Matt the lap back there.
Yeah, both Matt and Rick have stayed ahead of Nicole. So they're doing their job. And Rick Johnson's got a great car. He's staying right on the back bumper of Matt Watkins. And, of course, we know Matt Watkins. When
that was first and second Monday night in Sporty Cup.
And we know when Matt Watkins now decides to show up, it's because it's one of his favorites. And so The fact that Rick is just basically shadowing Matt Watkins right now is very impressive. I am not taking anything away from. We got a lot of championships, a lot of hardware in the back seat of these two cars, so they're both carrying a little extra weight.
Yeah, that's
five
and
time and four time right behind them.
championships.
So 9 Pro Cup championships, nose to tail. Pretty impressive stuff. Mark DeSenza now has gotten around Bill Yarbrough. Not a place for position. Bill is a lap down, but Mark now in touch with the leader now. Bill Yarbrough, Guy Petra, 1 lap down. So Guy trying to reel in Bill, but not having much success. But I see the Zero car is having a little success in reeling in the 151, and I think Robert Bokum has picked up on something that you're doing, because he's shadowing you there, and Robert Bokum, of course, on the lead lap, and he's in 3rd place, but he's slowly gaining ground too, along with you, Milty. It looks like maybe you found a little something.
Well, I'm using a little more up here. I don't know how it's going to be later on, but right now, just pushing as hard as I can and trying to save tires. Whoa! I think Guy definitely probably used his tires up a little, trying to stay with those leaders. Yeah. Could be to my advantage.
And Robert Bokum, of course, the saving guru. I think he's approving of your technique, because he's been basically doing the same thing you are, almost running the same exact line too.
Yeah, but he's about to pass me right here.
Using a little draft here at Dover. There is a draft in play, and he is a lead lap car, so
gotta let him go.
Yeah, and the same courtesy, of course, by Robert would always be shown if he was got caught that lap down, which was pretty unfortunate for a lot of good cars here. So we'll see if a caution can maybe get really loose there. Yeah, and I think you made a good call there, Milty. Guy maybe just a little too aggressive early on in this run. Now with the green flag racing, he's paying the price, and Robert Bokum gets around him again.
That's how close the competition is, man.
It is. You're absolutely right. The margin for error is minimal. And when you make a mistake and use up your equipment prematurely, you're going to pay the price here. These guys are too good. They'll pounce on a mistake like that. And that's what they've been doing. And you've also gotten around them. And that is a battle for position. So the Zero car now up to 8th, 151 back to 9th. Looking back, still seeing Jim Ray soldiering on here. Again, yeah, tires maybe have gone away for the boss man, but he's got to put in that run now as we close in on 10 to go to 80. Milty, are you going to stick on your 80 schedule, or are you going to go beyond it?
That's a good question. Didn't do us too good last time.
It has a green look to it right now, but it had a green look to it when the caution came out.
Yeah.
But everyone knows that when green flag stops start, that's danger time with cars fast and cars slow, merging, slowing down. A lot of things going on the track, and this is a fast track. Things happen quickly here at Dover. So that's exactly what seemed to happen last time. A fast car and a slow car got together. So we just slowly pan through the field here, seeing where your favorite driver is running. Bill Yarbrough has stuck to the back bumper of Mark DeSenza, so Bill did get past, but he hasn't given much ground. His Pops, of course, showing some damage there in the back of the car from the contact and the slap of the wall. Gives ground to both of them, and now Robert Bokum will go around as well. Milty's next in line there to.
I'm going to kind of see what they do, because we had, 4 laps of caution there, So I might try to push a little farther, and but it's hard. Even if you push forward, you can't really do a 10.5 and 2 tire stop because the tires insides will be junk too.
Yeah, Matt Watkins and Rick Johnson have done what they needed to do so far. They've stayed out ahead of the leader, and Nicole getting a little loose there. So tires on the leaders now, maybe getting to that getting worn state as we hit lap 76 here. We went green about lap 40.
Or Pop's got a handful there.
Yeah, Pop's with the bashed in rear end, probably losing some downforce off the back there, and that's dangerous here at Dover with the high speed turns. So I think we went green about lap 45, 46. So 40 laps would be lap 86. And we're at lap, just completed lap 77. So maybe about 10 laps here, we might start seeing some green flag stops. Rick Johnson, of course, as we said, still out ahead. Of course, a full cycle generally doesn't benefit that, but Matt Watkins has a nice advantage, and Matt will definitely be able to get in, change 4, get out, and once the pits would cycle through, he would be still on the lead lap. But Rick is right on the edge, I think, here, so he'll have to ride it out, I think, and just hope for the best. Nicole's slowly gathering them in. Robert Bokum now has gotten around the 6 of Mark DeSenza for second. Mark DeSenza back to third.
Thank you, Pops.
Bill Yarbrough 1 lap down. There's Milty. Also 1 lap down, but Milty slowly gaining, looks like, up a little here. So in 8th, Bill Yarbrough, the first car, 1 lap down in 7th. So 1 more position maybe for that 0 car to go after here. Bill Yarbrough's been running hard, and again, tire wear has to be coming into as we hit 80. Tire wear certainly is going to be a factor now till we stop, and we'll see who manages to have the best tires right now. Nicole has shown getting a little loose. Robert Bokum, though, coming on very strong now.
6 car is pitting.
And we have our first competitor signaling in the pits, and there we see the 6 of Mark DeSenza. Woes it down. 35 agonizing miles an hour on pit lane. Slowly comes down. Of course, pole sitter, so very first pit stall. He's in, clean, getting his tires and fuel. Lap 83 now. Mark out and away. Good clean stop. Hops in.
Ken Ron's pitting.
Staying green. Green flag stops, starting to finally trickle in.
Little smoke coming out of pit road. 5 is pitting.
And let's see if we can find our leader here. There she is, Nicole Johnson, our leader, in pit lane, all by herself. No other takers. So this is now the decision time. The leader of the race is going to have fresh tires and fastest lap times. Cars out on the track will have track position now on the leader, but will be losing second to a second and a half to maybe even up to 2 seconds a lap. So decision time, Milty.
Yeah, I was
4
just thinking about
tires,
that.
and Nicole is out and away.
52 is pitting. 0 is pitting.
Rick Johnson with a great run, staying ahead of the leaders the whole time on that run. Great job by Rick. Let's see if it pays off after this cycle. There we see the 54 still staying out. The 0 car I saw sneaking in at the top of the screen there. So 0 gives up his position. But he's pitting with his competitor, which is a good move on his part. The 54, both a lap down. So that is a battle for position. Rick Johnson also was on the tail end of the lead lap, gave up that spot. So we'll see how he...
The Budweiser crew doing a good job here.
Yeah, Milty hit your marks pretty nicely. 52 out and away. Good service by Rick. Left side's going on the 0 car. Out and away. We see the 54 car now in. And that was Milty's direct competitor. So one lap difference for Bill Yarbrough and Milty. So we'll see who wins that battle. Robert Bokum still on the track. He's shown as our leader. Matt Watkins is the only other car that has not stopped yet. And we're looking at Matt, and is he ready to come in is the question. And nope, he's doing another lap.
Probably like, man, I don't want to get caught out again like last time.
Well, we're hitting lap 90. As I said, I think we went green about 45. So 45 laps about put on these tires by Matt Watkins. And he's slowing down. He's in pit lane. So Matt Watkins finally coming in. Locking him up as he comes in. Trying to find Robert Bokum now, who I would think is in the pits. Yes, Robert Bokum in the pits, getting left sides now. Guy Petra in the pits. So green flag stops. It looks like we're going to go through a full cycle here. Guy Petra in, Matt Watkins in. Left side's going on for each of them. And both down and away. So clean stops for the entire field. Lap 90 of 160. We're showing 6 cars on the lead lap right now. And Matt Watkins coming out. So let's go through a couple more cycles here. And we'll see where everyone pans out. 96 of Jim Ray showing in the 3rd position. So Jim not pitted yet.
Yellow's out.
And caution is out. And Pops has spun again. And he stopped there, and he's disconnected. And we'll take a quick look here. And Pops got a little loose, hard into the wall, and a hard contact with the 303 of Ken Ron. Pops got a little loose, got into the wall. Ken had nowhere to go, and yeah, that was some damage too, I think, for Ken Ron. So we'll see how that happens. And now more chaos, though, as green flag stops were basically completed. But Jim Ray, I think, might be a big winner here, Milty. He's shown in 4th place here. 0 car still showing a lap down as they come around lap 93.
Well,
stay on the.
I'm gonna.
You're a lap down there, Bubba.
No, he didn't tell me.
Okay. Well, maybe you're back on the lead lap. Yeah, it appears. Let's see when you cross the line here, Milty.
Did not tell me I was a lap down.
Well, it's still showing you a lap down in 9th. The 6 showing as your leader, 5 of Nicole Johnson 2nd. They're showing 8 cars currently on the lead lap. That's up from 4, so 4 cars regained laps here from this caution. 52 and the 15 who were out ahead of Nicole are both showing on the lead lap, but we'll see.
Oh, I think told me to pass the 96. He might have got an EO.
Oh man,
yep.
Well, but that's.
Yep, he did.
Well, with only 8 cars on the lead lap, not a big penalty, but nonetheless, Maybe a mistake there by the boss man. A rare
Yeah,
mistake. Rare.
he called it an Eeyore.
An Eeyore for the 96 car. Very rare.
Bill Yarbrough looks like he quit there. Something happened with the 54 also.
Yeah, he's down pit lane again.
Oh, okay. Maybe I got the wrong car number. I'm sorry.
He's in the pits. Let's see.
Said something about Friday night. I don't know.
Yeah, he's disconnected, and he's retired.
Yep.
Maybe something came up and had to bow out. But man, there's both times where green flag stops were not 100% complete. We've had a caution come out, and both times, unfortunately for Pops, both times he was involved in it. Once with the 15, once with the 303. But let's see. Going to the pace car here, we see the 151 is shown as your leader behind the pace car. But however, Guy Petra in the running order is showing 1 lap down in 10th.
Yeah.
The lights are still on, of course, so we haven't split into inside and outside lines yet. Of course, once there's one to go, you will get instructions from your spotter on what to do. If you're on lead lap, he'll say stay to the outside. If you're a lap down, he'll say come on down to the inside. And yeah. So we'll see how that plays out here. And we see now the 151 to the inside, the 15 of Matt Watkins to the outside. Looking at running order, Matt Watkins is still showing on the tail end of the lead lap. So
man, this is crazy, right?
So
here.
Matt Watkins not getting the benefit. However, Rick Johnson is showing in fourth. So Rick Johnson is your winner here, Milty, of the two cars. Yep. Rick Johnson now new life. Let's see how he handles it.
Well, he had one car to beat. Finished second Monday to Matt Watkins.
But I don't see Rick here. Oh, there he is. He's lagging back just a bit here.
The main guy,
Jim Ray also on the lead lap.
Caution here.
So we have 6 cars in the running order on the lead lap, and Matt Watkins in front of them all on the tail end of the lead lap. So Matt Watkins was not your winner there. He stayed out. Green flag is out. Matt got a little loose there, maybe even clipped the wall slightly, but he goes off fast and hard because he's on the tail end. He needs to get out in front of and stay out in front of that 6 car, and he's done it so far. Guy Petra also 1 lap down, battling Mark DeSenza briefly there, but gives up that slot to Mark, who's our leader of the race. Nicole in the 5 car over behind Guy Petra, she's in second. Then there's Milty, 1 lap down, battling Guy Petra actually. Actually not battling Guy Petra. Guy Petra now showing 2 laps down. So something must have happened with Guy as well, and he's lost an additional lap. So only Milty is showing 1 lap down. Matt Watkins is, of course, tail end of the lead lap. How's the car, Milty?
No damage, nothing. Just really don't have the pace of these leaders to try to fight to get my lap back brute strength. So I don't know. We're kind of hurt. Yeah, we need a quick caution and them allowing us to get by, which just tight in the center on cold tires. Probably pushing too hard.
And right now we're showing 7 cars total on the lead lap, 6 in the running order. Matt Watkins on the tail end in 7th. Milty in 8th, 1 lap down. Guy Petra in 9th, 2 laps down. And Bill Yarbrough showing in 10th. Of course, Bill Yarbrough unfortunately had to retire. Didn't appear to be anything game related that we could tell. He was running well, gained back a lap actually, but not to be tonight for Bill. Now Watkins still is leading Mark DeSenza, so that is a battle. Sure, Mark would love to put Matt Watkins a lap down for security purposes. When Matt Watkins is a lap down, he can't win the race. So when he's not a lap down, then he can win the race. And I think Mark all too well recognizes that. Nicole needs to be careful,
guys. Really trying to get his lap back, and she needs to be a little patient here. She don't want to dive bomb him, or she's going to put herself out and him.
Yeah, and right now
she's right there in contact with the leaders. With her skills, there's a little patience, girl.
Yeah, she of course was our leader for a bit as well, and right now running in the second place in the running order, and she makes a hard move to the inside, and let's see what happens.
Whoa, boy.
They hold it together, both of them. Guy on the outside did a great job there. He stayed in the black on the outside, which is where you need to be if you're on the outside. If you get all the way up in that white, you're going to really pay the price. But she does make the pass. Of course, not for position. Guy 1 lap down, or 2 laps down, excuse me.
Well, I got these lead lap cars wanting to get by me too, but I'm right here in contact, so it's. I think eventually they got better cars anyway. They'll probably make their way by.
Yeah, we see Rick and.
They're like a caution right about now.
We see Rick and Robert there side by side, right behind the 0 car. Rick trying to get that position. Rick with a new lease on life right now. Fought his way back from the tail end of the lead lap. When the caution came out, he was good and picked up a bunch of track position. Now he's showing in the 3rd position. So Rick doing a great job. Robert Bokum 4th. Bossman Jim Ray in 5th.
Boy, they just get off the corner so good.
Yeah,
can't fight them.
Yeah,
gotta let him go by.
And Rick gets a little loose onto the apron.
He was trying not to wreck me there. I gave him the room, but he got loose.
Yeah, he did get loose on his own.
Nice save.
He did save it. Bossman Jim Ray giving him plenty of room there too, which is what good teammates do. And it looks like Rick is able to gather it in. Lost some track position, but did not lose the car, which is more important. Now Robert Bokum making the move to the end.
Almost cut the door on him. That was a little late there, Robert, but I saw it, so no harm, no foul.
I think Robert feeling a little desperation now setting in.
Yeah.
50 laps to go.
You see the great car control, because he got on the binders there and still didn't wreck it. Gave me enough time to change my lane there. It's, that's world champion right there.
Definitely. And now
I'm going to do the same for Rick here as soon as he gets a good run on me. You want to fight for your lap back, but then you got to realize when you're not racing those cars anyway. So
and Rick now taking that look.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow down a little and give it to him. That's my teammate right there.
And also of course the boss man there on the lead lap as well, battling Rick Johnson for position.
I think he's like tail end. Is he or no? Maybe not.
He's not tail end. He's good. He's showing about a little under 3 seconds from our leader.
Well, that was a great recovery for him.
Ken Ron in 6th, also with a great recovery from the damage with the contact from Pops. So Ken doing a great job of recovering. As we go back to the front, Matt Watkins continuing to doggedly stay in front of Mark DeSenza, and it hasn't been easy. Mark very fast tonight. Pulled out to a 4 or 5 second lead before that first caution, and slowly trying to work his way back to the front, which he has done. And he's turning some fast laps, but Matt Watkins determined to stay out front here and not go a lap down here. And right now, so far so good for Matt Watkins. Mark not letting him get very far though. Riding with the 5 car here of Nicole. You see our leader ahead and Matt Watkins ahead, Robert Bokum behind. And Robert making now a move to the inside. And Robert will take that second position away from Nicole. So Bokum Motorsports, 1, 2, 3. Very impressive again for the squad. And they're good.
Yeah, team of superstars there.
And as we ride with Nicole, we can see the 52 car of Rick Johnson slowly getting larger and larger in her mirror. So Nicole's car may be going away a little from her.
Well, he used his up a little, but I think she used hers up at the start too.
Yeah,
so.
There was some using going on in those first few laps, and Rick seems to have recovered, and he even recovered from that little bobble there to the apron with you, Milty. And his car looking pretty good here, and he's getting great runs entry into the corner. He's really getting a run on her, and Nicole looks to be a little better, maybe getting off the corners than Rick right now.
Well, his brother and him, Dickweed, was his handle back in the day. Fine driver in his own, sim racer in his own right. They used to come here when they were knee-high to a grasshopper, and there was no wall on the inside. And he shared a bunch of pictures throughout the year with him and his brother and his pops coming here throughout the years. A local track for them. So this track definitely means something for the 52.
Yeah, and I'm sure he wants to put a good showing in, and right now he is. He's in 4th place. He's battling hard with Nicole, and he's taking some looks in the inside, and he's taking another look. But
he's
Nicole,
so good off the corner.
having nothing to do with it.
I don't know how he gets in the gas that early, but I just, man, I start to pucker when I want to step on the gas coming out of the corner like that.
And Rick taking another look to the inside here as they go down the backstretch. Nicole says, I don't think so, Rick. Lap 121 and 160. Laps are going quickly here under green flag conditions. And the laps just tick off here at it doesn't seem like it's a mile when you're riding here. It seems like it's a half mile. It's so fast.
Yeah. The real drivers say this track has the most sense of speed in a real car, more than like Daytona at near 200.
And Nicole getting a little wiggle there, pushing up.
4-time Cup champ on your ass. It will get your attention.
And I think Rick is really pressing the issue here as we go back out the car. We see that lead is not very big. Rick making a move to the inside, got a little loose. That's a tough move to pull off as you come off a turn, to turn under and put that gas down and get the car really wants to get out from underneath you. Let's go back to the front here, and Matt Watkins continuing to stay out front, but we have a new leader. It's the 18 of Robert Bokum. Mark DeSenza back to second. Nicole still maintaining that 3rd position. Rick Johnson pressing her in 4th. Bossman Jim Ray 5th. Ken Ron 6th. And we're watching Matt Watkins. He's 7th. He's on the lead lap still, but Robert Bokum now slowly gathering them in.
Pitting. Off sequence there. Last minute signal. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. She was lucky I didn't tag her there. Good move, though.
Yeah, good move.
Wasn't that close.
Let's see. We have 70. Or no, excuse me.
So now what's the rest of them going to do?
Yeah, with 35 laps remaining, good move. And you see left side tires
Six is
going on,
pitting.
and 4 tires and fuel for Nicole. Final stop of the night for her, I'm sure.
Oh, smoke going into pit road.
Yeah, I think that's just from lockups. As they cross that timing line, they lock it down. That's what I think Nicole did. Matt Watkins and Robert Bokum still continuing their battle.
Rick Johnson pitting.
And we see following the 52 down off the banking. You see it's violent off the banking sometimes. Robert Bokum also in pit lane. So we have some lead lap cars coming in. Mark DeSenza also in and out. Robert Bokum pits very deep. Almost overshot the pit, but it did not look like he had to back up at all. Rick also in. Of course, that's a battle for position between the two.
Well, I think it's time for me to pit too.
And we're on lap 130, so 30 laps to go here in the sweet spot of the tires. Now Watkins continuing to stay out. There we see the 0 coming in. Wowing it down to agonizing 35 miles an hour. And right now the 96 is showing.
Fourth there, huh?
We're showing the boss man Jim Ray as our leader. Jim has not pitted. 303 has not pitted. Now Watkins has not pitted. So those three are still only showing on the lead lap. But of course, they all have to pit. We see the 0 car coming out. Successful pit stop for the 0 car, and maybe look at a top 5 finish here for the 0 car.
That's the idea. That's what we want. Anything else is a little unrealistic.
Yeah, 151, a little out of shape there. Very high on the track. Gave up a lot of ground. Got very loose there as Rick Johnson gets underneath. And so, guys, car looks like it's been going away since about the middle of the race, and it has not come back at all for him, and he's struggling. We see the 18 and the 5, nose to tail, and the 6. So all three Bokum Motorsports cars in and out. Trying to find that 96 car. He's so far ahead of everyone. There he is. 96 of Jim Ray continuing to log laps here.
Well, he's hoping for a caution, obviously.
And he's got about a 19-second lead on the entire field. And that's Matt Watkins, who we know was on the tail end. So Jim Ray playing out some strategy here. How many more laps can he do? As Robert Bokum showing a lap down in third is now closing in on him quickly. And they'll go around him, as will the 5, as will the 6. So Jim now really losing ground. So this is a timing that he's got to get into the pits now.
Yeah,
as he goes extremely high. And almost loses it.
Could have had a wreck there, and then he would have, been right in the mix of it there.
Yeah, good gamble. Good gamble. I'll give him props. He took the lead. He took a risk. It's not paying off now for him, and he knows it. But, he led some laps. He got a bonus point. Jim Ray battling for that 10th position in the chase. Milty, every point is precious.
Absolutely. He's missed some races. Otherwise, he would probably be firmly in there. He's had a good, solid season. The two-time Pro Cup champion coming back after several years layoff, making babies, taking names.
Absolutely. And,
well, if looking at it now, pretty happy with our run. Just getting that lap down hurt us. I think we had a shot at a top 5 here, but I don't think it's going to be unless we get some cars crashing real quick.
And as we're waiting to see some resetting of this running order with Jim still showing in the lead here.
Yeah, he was going to pit. Now he's saying no, so I don't know.
I can't imagine he can make it to the end here. If he can, I'd stay out the whole way and let them break off 15 more seconds on you, Jim, in 20 laps. Maybe they'll push it too hard and the cars will go away before they can catch you. But Robert Bokum's a house of fire right now, and he's turning real fast laps. The 5 of Nicole Johnson trying to stay with him, as is the 6, who's right on her back by the end of 52. So we got second, third, fourth, and fifth cars all together. And Boss Man, let's see if we can find him. There he is.
Got Matt Watkins down low, slowing on the back straight. Is that Matt Watkins? Is there a problem with the 15?
He could be out of gas.
Still 20 to go. Awful hard to think them guys had a. Of course, I only got a half can.
Matt Watkins has stopped and he's disconnected, so Matt Watkins might have had an issue. I don't know. Hard to tell. Jim Ray continues to be our leader. No caution though. So, you know, sometimes a car blows up, you can get a cheap caution, but not to happen. Matt Watkins says reason for retirement is accident. Might have to go to a replay there as laps are winding down, but Robert Bokum has really sliced into that 15-second lead. It's only 4 seconds now, and the Boss Man has 17 laps. And that's not going to happen, unfortunately, for Jim. But what a great job by Jim. As he goes into the pits, I think... Oh, and he misses pit road. And he has to come back out, and he's loose. And he's got... Oh, and he's out of shape right now. Or he could be out of gas. I don't know. He's going extremely slow. So disaster strikes the leader. As Robert Bokum now has gone around. As has the 6, 52 and 5. I don't know if Jim missed pit lane there, or if, like you said, he had a flat or something. But now he's in, and now he's in. So he'll get done what he needs to. But that might open the door for you, Milty.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So the 15 out of the race with an accident. And no caution, of course. And, well, let's look back on Matt Watkins here. As,
Jim Ray still on pit road.
And... Oh, and Matt Watkins, yeah, he hit the apron, Milty, and right in front of you, actually. Hard into the outside wall, and that's all she wrote for Matt Watkins. Probably some engine damage. As we have 13 to go.
Jim Ray looks like he lost a lap to me there.
Yeah, the 96 the 96 is showing in 7th place, 2 laps down. 0 car showing 1 lap down, only car 1 lap down. So Ken Ron though 22 seconds back. Lap times here about 24 seconds, so maybe Ken Ron could go a lap down here and would be a position possibly for the 0 car to battle for if there's time.
Yeah, he's only 10 seconds behind me, and he's about on the same tires, I think, so it's going to be a tall order.
We try to slowly come back up to our leaders here, who while all this has been going on with Jim Ray, and we see Robert Bokum is our leader. 6 of Mark DeCenza, 2nd. Rick Johnson third, right behind Mark DeSenza. And Nicole has fallen back 3 seconds from this group. So most likely it's going to be decided amongst these three. Robert Boken with a nice lead. Rick Johnson now trying to take away that second position. Mark gone up a little high there. Rick side by side with him. They cross the start finish line still side by side. And Mark gets a little loose on the outside and almost some contact. Some good racing there. Mark DeSenza holds him off though. Keeps his foot to the floor. And doesn't mind that wiggle going on right next to Rick Johnson. Looks like Rick might have the faster car.
I wonder if something could be wrong with the 5. Because all of a sudden I see her in my eyes here.
Yeah, the 5 is off the pace now. 6 seconds off the lead. As Rick Johnson finally makes a move onto the 6 on the inside and gets the position. So now Rick Johnson up to second. Again, does he have enough stuff to actually battle Robert Boken as there's contact now between the boss man and Mark DeSenza? Of course, the boss man with the freshest tires. And Mark DeSenza now has blinked out and blinked back in now, right in front of Jim Ray. Woo, that's that'll get your attention when the car's there and then it just disappears and then it just reappears. And now Jim making a move to the inside of Mark DeSenza. So Mark DeSenza's car looks like it's gone away. Rick Johnson now pulling away from him. And I don't know, 2.2 seconds to Robert Boken. That's a lot of time to gain on one of the best drivers in FSB. With just 6 laps remaining, I don't think...
yeah, Rick Johnson definitely needed better track position on those pit stops. Usually he pulls one out of his hat, but I think, Robert Boken already a stud, but I think he's just added another dimension, which is world-class pit stops.
Yeah, he hit his marks tonight. A little fortune maybe, but hey, he's doing what he needs to do. He's leading
Well, he
laps.
was back like, 5th and passed me and Guy there and was quite a ways back and just charged through and passed everybody and got that lead and really hasn't let go of it. Yeah, Nicole is really fading away. Might be something wrong with that 5 car.
Could have lost a gear, could have lost a cylinder, could have had some engine problems rearing its ugly head. You never know. Rick desperately though trying to claw into this lead and it's just not happening.
Off the wall. So there's damage to that car and she's trying to hold on for a top 5 here.
And we're watching,
which looks like she will as long as she keeps it on the track. But Ken Ron is coming behind me. He's still about 10 seconds behind. So.
Yeah, and right in front of Robert Boken, but Robert's not worried about Ken Ron. He's ready to take this white flag and take a victory here at Dover in the Pro Cup Series. One more lap to go for our leader. Nice and clean track. No battles. Rick Johnson had a great car tonight, and if it wasn't for getting trapped that lap down, I think he may have had a different outcome here tonight for Rick.
Yeah, kudos though to get it back.
There goes Robert taking the checkered flag. Robert Boken is our winner. Rick Johnson second. Mark DeSenza third. Nicole will limp home in fourth. Ken Ron fifth on the lead lap. Only 5 cars on the lead lap. 2 cars.
Not quite a top 5.
2 cars, 1 lap down. The 0 car with a good run. Again, a victim of that early caution. The first caution of the race. Really hurt about 8 cars, and yours was one of them, Milty, that got trapped. Out of those cars, only 1, count them, Milty, 1 finished on the lead lap, and that's the 52 car. The rest wrecked out or finished laps down. But Rick Johnson managed to fight his way back with the benefit of that second caution. Fought his way in and
Well, I'm getting a
got back
cold beer.
on.
I'll be right back.
As
Great race.
as we will now recap the official running order here. You can see a lot of attrition here at Dover. They don't call it the Monster Mile for nothing. Weber, of course, had some connection issues, so we won't. The Monster claimed him in a different way, but T-Roy, Sam, Pops, Bill Yarbrough, Matt Watkins, all with problems. Guy Petrath finished 3 laps down. Bossman had some face time there, led some laps. Strategy just didn't pan out. Missed it. Looked like, I don't want to speak for Jim, but it looked like he might have missed pit lane there. And had to go back around, cost him a ton of time, lost a lap. Finished 7th though, top 10 for Jim Ray. Milty, just I believe only his second Pro Cup event of the season. Drove very well, stayed out of all kinds of never had a scrape with anyone. A very clean drive by the veteran. And I think he'll be happy with a 6th place finish. Top 5 all finished on the lead lap. Kenron right at the tail end there, but Nicole faded away there toward the end. Not sure if there was a mechanical issue there with Nicole or not. Could have been a tire issue. You never know. Mark DeSenza 3rd. Rick Johnson with a great race. Maybe the best car of the race was Mark DeSenza and Rick Johnson. And neither of them in victory circle. But the great Robert Bochum is, because he knows how to get to victory circle. He's been there time and time again. I know he...
See if I can drag them boys up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Robert is focused on winning his first Pro Cup title. And I know that's important to him, and I think he is very focused and has a tremendous chance of doing just that. So, looks like we're slowly getting our top 3 into the booth here as they trickle in, and we're rejoined by their by interviewer and competitor Milt Mintner. So Mark, Rick, Robert, great race, a lot of green flag racing, very entertaining. Robert, awesome race. Kind of came right. The race seemed like it just came to you at the end.
Yeah, we were all talking about it. It seemed like whatever car was out front, I don't know why, it just drove a lot better. So I just wanted to buy my time. And once I seen Mac get a lap down, I know his one of his
You
better
end up
tracks.
crashing.
Yeah, I seen that. But I was just trying to buy my time, and then on that one run, I kind of picked it up a little bit, and the tires really came in. So, and then that last run, I knew we was only gonna have about 30 laps. So I figured just trying to get up on it and drive it as hard as I could. But I'm pretty wore out. That thing was a handful on those tires.
God, you guys were so good coming out of turn 4, getting on the gas earlier. Where, boy, it just seemed like I didn't think that thing was going to stick, and yet that was a fantastic run there. You were back like 5th or 6th there, Robert, and you, with us lap cars, you had Guy 2 laps down, and then me. You were real patient there, and like Rick Johnson and Matt did earlier, drove your way past all that to the front there. That was quite a drive, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was just trying to keep the heat off the tires. Once it got hot, it got really free. And I said, everybody, that was a great job for everybody to finish that thing under green, because that was some tough racing. Great job to Rick. Yeah, he battled his way back, got back on the lap, and I knew he was coming. I was just kind of, it's like, okay, white flag anytime now, come on.
Yeah, we were both in the pits there, Rick. I'm being a member of Team FSB. When I see the 52 jump, I jump right behind him there. but that didn't work out for us. But you were able to drive back front there. Did you just drove the shit out of it? I guess, huh?
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick, you really had maybe the fastest car of anyone tonight. Maybe Mark had just as fast a car as you, and just some bad luck there made you race really hard when probably you didn't want to.
Yeah, got caught a lap down early there, and then I mean, it seems like I was driving hard there, but I kind of played a little bit of strategy in there with. I kind of stayed out long enough there where I wanted to stay when it one lap down. Then when Mark and Nicole pitted, I knew if I stayed out there long, they would just be ways ahead of me by the time I come back out. So as soon as they went in, I ducked in, and I come down the track right behind Nicole, and I got by her, and Mark let me by when the caution flew, so I got back on the lead lap. Then after that, I was just racing as hard as I could at the guys.
Well, and your guys' pit stops. As I was going by, I think it was the last stop there, when I saw you pit and you came in from the outside in, I think Gray made a comment in the broadcast like, man, that was a hard bump down. You stayed out late and then came right in at the end of pit road there. And I was thinking to myself, he's going to get the lead after this. There's no way they could have outpit him like that. But apparently they did.
Yeah, and Mark, you had a awesome car to start the race. You really stretched it out. The caution probably hurt you because I mean you were clearly the fastest car in that first run, and with those cautions mixed up in there, finally sorted out, but just not to be tonight.
No, we had a good car. That one early caution, I don't know what happened there. I got hit under caution. I got damaged, and they pounded on it for about 6 seconds. So, after about 20, 25 laps, it was so loose that I couldn't really drive it. But,
He drove.
Third, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, after the Sportsman Cup race, you tried the fuel strategy there, and I'm only guessing, but I have a feeling you disconnected there and discussed a little bit, and so you were looking to make up for lost time tonight.
Yeah, I tried the fuel thing Monday, which I never do because I ain't good at it, but by the time I decided to do it, I had to run much longer than everybody, too. Robert, I had pitted like 5 or 6 laps before him, and I had enough fuel, but I did. Once they caught me, I mean, I wasn't in it for a point, so I just retired.
Well, quality race, and so yeah, only 2 cautions, and
God, you guys are good.
Both cautions came out right at the end of a green flag cycle, and after that first one, it really looked like there was some confusion there with running order and stuff. Were you guys out of sorts a little there?
No, it just the way things were spread out. Because I was actually on pit road when that caution came out, so I drove on through.
Me too.
It didn't hurt me. It just happened me to put the engine in line, but I know if I'd have pitted, I'd have went a lap down. But sometimes you can get caught like that, and you can come around if you can pass the pace car before they actually cross the line.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, sometimes they actually
that's
put
what
you
I
a
was
lap
trying to
ahead.
do.
So you got to kind of watch for that. But that's one of the deals where you stay out. I think it bit Matt twice. He stayed out that one time. Well, he pitted early, and then the caution come out. So then the second time he stayed out later. And when everybody's new tires, they was able to get back by him, and the caution come out the end, so it kind of bit him tonight.
Tried both. He tried the short play and the long play, and neither worked out.
Well, you don't see that very often. That's like a pig slide. I mean, that's something you don't see very often for him to get that deal there. But it ended up being a good race. I mean, Vulcan Motorsports cars were pretty fast tonight and worked together good. Use some strategy, and it worked out for us.
Absolutely. So, yeah, congratulations, Robert. Big win.
Rick, the hometown boy there, grew up at that track with your brother. Remember seeing pictures there, so I'm sure it's always special to run Dover on the simulator.
Yep, that it is.
I tried to stay in front of you, Rick. I was all over the track, and I got in the wall, and I let you go anyway because I would have ended up wrecking in front of you.
Yeah, I got beside you. I got beside you that one time. I really didn't push it hard because I knew I was better than you, so I was just waiting for you to mess up.
I one time went in the corner and I had kind of got close to you, not on purpose. It just the car started going down and I didn't give you a lot of room. But it was a handful with 5-10 to go. I couldn't even hold on to it.
I want to give a shout out to, I think, Guy Peter's got a little friend watching this cheering all the time. So give a shout out. I think his name was Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah.
Appreciate you cheering us on, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that one time, Robert, I chopped your nose off there. I didn't think you were going to get me till like the next lap.
Yeah, I heard you talk about it in the broadcast.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't. Usually, you showed a little. The guys' leaders were showing a little sooner, and then I think you kind of made a last-minute decision there. Almost ruined your race there, but you got on the binders.
Yeah, the night before
Nice
I got a
save.
good run, and I seen Rick get loose in 1 and 2 under you, so I didn't want to do it there, and I was getting a really good run off too, and I didn't want to do it, but if I didn't want to lose the draft because everybody was pretty much dropping the hammer then, so I kind of want to stay, but I try to keep it down, so I make sure I didn't push up into you. Like I said, I don't like to push the issue like that. But at the same time, I didn't want to lose.
I went like, oh, and I was about to say the S word there, and then you got on the brakes, and then I knew it gave me just enough time to pick another lane and let you by.
Well,
Good racing.
I told my spotter to carry yours about 6-pack over.
He'll take it. He'll take it. Yeah, and of course, Robert, we know that you are that's you'd rather if you can get around someone cleanly, then so be it. If not, that's the way it is. And I think maybe Milty was caught a little off guard with the late move there.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And I was just getting such a good run. I didn't really want to. I didn't even know it was going to get that good of a run, but it just happened. But I made sure I kept him. I seen him start to turn down, so I went on down. If I had to, I'd have went to the flat. I wouldn't have got him.
Well, it was my second race there this week, and had a great run with Ken Ron there, trying to battle for sixth, and this time it was for fifth. And we were both about in the same area there, but it was really, throughout the years of FSB, Rick Johnson, he's been around a long time, and he's progressed to your guys' speed, but it was pretty humbling watching you guys get such great runs off the corner. There's definitely some work to be done to fight for a top 5 in the Pro Cup for sure.
Every week, and I was easy. I seen that yellow Ricky stripe on the back of the 0 car, so I was trying to be easy. No, it was all about if you ease the gas down, as long as you didn't stomp the gas, you could get a good run.
I was doing that though, but I mean, especially Rick Johnson was like, it was just unbelievable. He was like 10 cars behind me on the back straight, and by the time we come out of turn 4. It was just move over because here he comes, and it was just so smooth. And to keep it down on the inside like that and get that angle and launch off the corner was really amazing as a fan and a driver to watch. It was very impressive.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, very much so. And, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us and chatting a bit. Robert, another great win, and as we approach that chase, I'm sure you're liking those bonus points adding up.
Yeah, I'm not used to the chase deal is new for me. We did it one time in the Winston Cup, and I had like a 100 something point lead, and they reset them, and then
you
first
lose.
3 races I had my computer cut off. Then a guy's shifter come loose on a restart, and he hit me, wiped my motor out. So I'm not really sure about these chase races.
Yeah, well, the best way to start it though is to have a bunch of bonus points to fall back on just in case. So that's the way you got to do it.
And I got some good teammates. I think every one of the teammates are right there chomping on. So I think we got a pretty good percent of one of us getting it. So that's the only one.
Yeah, you guys pretty much ruined Nicole's streak there. What did she have, like 4 or 5 straight? through last week of races she entered, won.
Yeah,
He was
she's
right
speedway,
there.
She's hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, watch out.
yeah, she's really,
I
really
can
kind of
honestly say-
tempered it a little bit, you
Yeah,
know.
she's definitely the only driver I like. Want to help put the suit, make her stick around when she puts her suit on during after practice. So we're all good with that. She's a great driver. I mean, girls, if you're out there watching, you can see it can be done. So jump on in here and get some of us.
Cool.
All right, so appreciate it, guys. Next race Friday night. Next broadcast, Winston Cup, Friday nights, and I believe we're going to be at Indy. Is that right?
I hope it rains it out.
Not me.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would
That
put
six
the
car
money.
will be.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
would
that
put the money
opinion.
on the
You
six
can be
car.
chomping the bit, boy.
Put the
Appreciate
money
that
on the
opinion.
six car.
Oh no.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of field we get. We usually get big fields, and big fields in Indy should be an interesting mix. So we'll see you then. Again, Robert, great win. Mark, Rick, great runs, great entertainer.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Good
job.
Mark. Rick. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's my teammate.
Thanks for staying off me there, Rick. You did a hell of a job, man. You're a class act.
Thanks.